So we're going to, June 8th.
That's what they do.
This is a continuation of our 2 o'clock workshop. So Mr. Adamczak, you have the floor.
Oh, I do.
I have the floor.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr.
Chairman.
Turner.
has the floor.
Okay, what will it take for us to get where we need to go from here? I don't mind taking the money to fund some of that. From what I'm hearing, I'm not gonna need to take any money to fund these. He's gonna do 3 of them in-house. We're gonna hire the one and make a decision on Point of Woods later, right?
We need to do the value engineering. That's contingent upon us getting a meeting with the contractor. Our ordinance allows for him to have, after our meeting, where we explain to him our expectations, 7 days to submit a deductive change order. And within that 7 days, if it comes back and Mike's engineering crew says that it meets satisfactory the project scope, then we could at that time issue an intent to award, which would be a 72-hour pause process. And then we would be ready to bring it to the board for award with a recommendation as to where to make up the budget.
Okay,
Mr. Adamczak.
let's do that.
So I personally don't agree with any of you that have spoken so far. I think we should scrap the whole thing, rewrite the bid and start over. And definitely, because if we're writing the bid, it sounds like may open up to more local contractors because it's not gonna be 100-some pages that they have to analyze and they don't have the lawyers that these big companies do to figure out what they're even bidding on, or the project teams and whatever. So, I mean, I wanna scrap it and start over.
I'm happy to do anything the board wants to do.
Mr. Rawls, you
I'm
have the
good
floor.
with that too.
I think I'm getting to the point where Paul is. I don't see it's, it really wouldn't be fair to bring somebody in and say, help us get to a better price, and then say, well, we still can't afford it. I think what we need to do is break this up into 5 individual bids, like you said, and put this out and take out the DOT requirements. I think that's what's really stifling, because as I was reading the bid, I went online and looked at the DOT requirements, and it does call for elliptical pipe, by the way, on that job. And then the concrete end sections, when you look at those, they're massive. We don't have to have all that. We just need to convey water.
Yeah.
Mr.
I'll-
Pickens?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
That's
ahead,
okay.
Bill.
I'm good.
Okay, Mr. Pickens, and I'll come back to Mr.
Yeah, I agree, and
Turner.
I'm not a contractor, but the DOT requirements are probably a little too much for some of the jobs that we want to do. Julianne, as I understand, when you send the bids out as our direction as a package, we're hoping to get, bids on them that may save us some money because contractor may take 1 or 2 of the jobs, right?
Yeah, I do prefer to send out one bid for multiple different projects, and we talk at length, both in the pre-bid as well as language in it, that you have the option to bid on 1 or more. But if we have a contractor who wants to bid on all 5, instead of making him come sit with me for 5 different pre-bid meetings, he only has to attend 1, and he could submit 5 or 10 different prices. And then the county reserves the right to issue award in the best interest of the county. So that might mean he got 3, it might mean he got 1. That particular contract can tell me that there will be a group volume discount if he gets more than 1. There's a lot more leniency. Now, if you want to do individual bids, we absolutely will, but it will mean that both staff and a contractor has to set through that many project pre-bids in order to qualify to produce the project. There's a catch-22 for sure to it.
Okay, Mr. Turner?
I don't care if you bust them up or not. That wasn't my point. My point is, I think this bid was mishandled badly. Sure. No offense. I think it was. If there was 110 pages on changing a few culverts, we've done something wrong again. It shouldn't take that. I understand that we have to go further than what private industry would have to do for protection. I get it. But if we've done that, we've talked and talked and talked as a board and voted on it at least three times that I know of, that we've said, take the DOT crap out of our county bids unless it's absolutely necessary. We voted on it 3 times.
Well, I think you set a threshold by which projects could be.
Okay, then let's undo the threshold. Let's do something that bid these out one at a time to where the intent's
per-
not being circumvented. Understand why you just did it, but that circumvented what we did.
No, it's per project. It's not per bid. So IDA would be a project. If you're under the DOT threshold, or our threshold set for DOT specs for IDA, you can submit without complying to DOT specs.
Mr. Chairman, I want to have a workshop. I want to have a workshop to, for the fourth damn time since I've been here, discuss the same issue, which is we're doing something wrong. I'm just telling you, we're not intentional, but we're doing something wrong. It shouldn't take a 110-page spec book to bid putting a culvert in. It shouldn't take that. We're doing something wrong.
By the way, it referenced the specs. It didn't even include them. That 110 pages was just boring minutia. You had to go,
Okay.
you had to go out and read that green book.
I guess that's my request so far out of this. I want to talk about that again in workshop
I
for the
agree.
fourth time in 3 years.
Would you bring that to the transportation workshop at the end of this month?
Absolutely. We're not-
Please. And Mr. Adamzak, you have the floor.
I'm all for doing them together in the new manner, because I think that gives you the most flexibility.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Rawls.
So, clarify this, if you would, Julianne.
Yes, sir.
You cannot have, because I've been to meetings where they have multiple jobs, multiple bids, they have everybody come in and they'll say, we're talking about this solicitation for this project, this solicitation. You can go when we do you can drive around, look at the jobs, assuming y'all drive them around, and then we're gonna start with this one. If you wanna stick around and go to the rest of them, we're gonna hit this in this order. These will all be bid individually, and you have one discussion, one pre-bid discussion. There's one bid period, although you have 5 different sets of bid documents going out. But keep the bid documents to the minimum, and I think,
Or yes, me if it's possible.
that's what Commissioner Turner is saying, is we need to cut, I don't know how to say this nicely, we need to cut through all the crap, get through all the minutia, and just get down to the nuts and bolts of what it's gonna take to put in a culvert. 2 end sections, a culvert pipe, whatever the definition of that might be, whether it's metal, plastic, or concrete. Do you guys not have, what's the term I'm looking for?
Standard?
Yeah, a standard method basically already drawn up. Do we not have the drawings in-house that show how to install? Because when I was talking to Nia the other day, she said our minimum culvert size requires 15 inches in the county.
That's driveway
Right,
culverts,
so,
minimum
so
15, yeah.
do we not have these, I know we have those details for that done, right? So if we can just get these designs out and say, in this case, we prefer to use this, value engineering will be allowed upon bid award. You know, then we get the best value and the least expensive price out of the gate.
Well, that's exactly what we do with the dirt to pave, is we have standard cross-sections of roads.
Right.
And we don't do anything special.
But not using DOT. If there's, I mean, can we build a road that's not the DOT spec that'll last 10 to 15 years, like a DOT road lasts for 10 to
Sure.
15 years?
Sure we can.
So, same thing with culverts. Have a prescriptive method. That was the term I was looking for. Have a prescriptive method of design for different culvert conditions that we have in the county. You know, somebody at Public Works knows probably every condition we have, and then, say we're doing this one for this
Well,
bid.
that's easy. We can have that stuff.
That's what we're asking for. That's all.
All right. Mr. Turner?
Yeah.
Okay, so, again, where are we going with this? Well, we don't have, we could throw it out. If that's what y'all wanna do, that's fine. We'll throw it all out, take the 3 that we're gonna do and go do them in-house and rebid the other 2 out and redo the bid on them. Is that what we're saying we're gonna do?
That's really the only thing we can do without
I'm good with that, Commissioner. I just wanna know what we're gonna do.
I think we should,
I wanna know what time it is, not how to build the watch, okay?
528.
I wouldn't, okay, I wanna say, I don't have a light to light up, so that's just the way it is. No, I'm good. I think we should just throw them all out, frankly, and I think we should allow our local bidders to have an opportunity to do it.
Allow all bidders.
Yeah, all bidders, everybody's in the pool at that point. We come up with a standard, put it out there on the street, and go from there. But I think I want to see what the price is for all of them out there. Because when you say your people can do them, Public Works people can do them once a month, it takes away from other jobs, and hurricane season is coming
Right.
up. So I really would like for us to, that's the last choice for me, is to involve, not that you're not capable, but just go, at this point, let's see what the price is. Maybe we not dummy it down. Maybe we cut the crap, as Commissioner Rawls would say, and we move this down, and we come back with some prices we can live with. I'm in agreement with Mr. Turner. I'm willing to do this. We've talked about these culverts long enough, and it's time to move forward.
Especially that one at Point of Woods.
I know, my
It was
God.
needing changing when the governor appointed me.
Yeah.
That's how long this has been trying to get a
And me
culvert
too.
put in at Point of Woods.
2014. Me too. Get tired of hearing it.
Junction
over
Road
and-
was, Press Tompkins was working on that one,
Yeah.
so,
I know.
which is no fault of
Press-
Mike, so.
Yeah, Press turned it off because DOT was gonna, was
Yeah.
he thinking might pay for it, and then they didn't, so here we are.
All right, we need a motion on the floor, gentlemen.
To do what?
I'll make a
Pull
motion that
out.
we throw out these bids, start from scratch, utilizing a different procurement method to allow
I'll
more
second that.
participation.
Okay, we have proper motion, proper second.
Are
Any
you-
further discussion?
Are you gonna bid them all out to see a comparison if they're cheaper than what Mike can do them in-house, the ones that he was
Yeah.
gonna do
Get 'em
in-house?
all out and see what he can do.
Okay,
Is that the motion, Mr. Ross? Okay, that's their second? Good. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Opposed, like sign. Gentlemen, I messed up and I need to go back to one thing on PFC Robert H. Jenkins. The family has asked if we could change PFC Robert H. Jenkins Junior Veterans Memorial something. Mr. Troxel and I were talking a few moments earlier about, is it a highway, is it a roadway? I think if we could allow him to come up with the right wordage on what is it, a highway or roadway, whatever, but the family would like Veterans Memorial something in there. Is that okay?
Fine with me.
Is that okay?
Just something, just
Okay, so we'll get back with the attorney and put that language in there. You're going to research what it should say on there. Good deal. Thank you very much. Real quick, please don't have any commissioner comments. Do we have any?
We did them earlier, didn't we?
I have one
We
question.
have been commenting.
I have one
did it
question.
earlier.
Not on the workshop we have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fort Gates Ferry, what's the status on the bid on that, getting it out? And
I believe it's out and you're under the cone of silence.
okay, cool. That's it.
Did it go out?
I haven't
Almost
seen it,
there.
so that's
I haven't
why I'm-
seen
I
that one.
haven't seen that email.
I lied to you. I've approved it to go out, so it's gonna
Okay.
go out.
Not
Okay.
quite out
Okay,
yet, but.
good deal. Thank you.
That's it. I got nothing
No
else.
other comments? County attorney?
Wave in support.
My first one today.
He got you there.
God, I love this guy. I love this guy. You have no, seriously. County administrator, I expect the same.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow that up, sir.
Wave and support.
So yes, I absolutely waive and
Okay,
support.
is there any other public comments on miscellaneous items? Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.